Happy Wednesday, everybody. Wow, we already have 55 people in here. My goodness, thank you so much. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like down at the bottom of the video. Really helps me out. Oh, it jumped to 50. We had 55. Now it's gone to 50. 5 people are like, ooh, I didn't want to be here. What's up, Joe V? Greetings. Oh, I forgot to tell my patrons. Oh, no, it's 118. I forgot to tell my patrons that I'm live. Hold on. Go to Patreon. Y'all doing well? I'll do this later. Sitting in the vet office. Awesome to have a distraction. I was at jury duty the other morning. Thank goodness for podcasts. Let's hung out and watched a podcast. Demetrius. Greetings from Greece. Greetings to you. Oh my goodness. Greetings from Italy. Man, we got this. You guys just classed up the place. We have Greece and Italy. Then we got Southwestern Missouri. Nothing wrong with that. Classing it up again with somebody from the UK. New Delhi. Hold on. New Delhi. Oh, UK. New Delhi. Tim Bennett. So we got New Delhi, Greece, Italy, Missouri. There's nothing wrong with Missouri. I was born in Missouri. I love Missouri. Another UK. What up, Batcave? We got Canada in here. St. Louis. Ed Homewood. I was just going to get put something on Patreon, Ed. So good. You're here. Naperville, Illinois. We got Mexico in the house. New Mexican territory. Okay. Detroit, Motor City. Ooh. Smoke from the wildfires in Northern California causing me sinus problems. Oof, I'm so sorry. Please be careful. Tennessee, Tampa, Florida, Houston, Jake Scott over in Grapevine, Texas. Just a stone's throw away. Florida with the hurricanes. Please be careful. Please be careful. NYC. What up, Leslie? You got a bird on your shoulder. Cleveland, Ohio. Reseda. North Carolina. Louisville. Sacramento. I'm in Texas. Northbrook. I don't know where Northbrook's at. $9.99. Happy early Labor Day. Any exciting plans? And sorry if you've already covered this, but what do you use for cheap hi-fi on the go? Well, thank you so much for the super chat. Hold on. I got to clean my glasses because I can't see anything. I really can't see anything. It is amazing how bad my eyesight has gotten. Like the last half of my 40s, just nothing. All right. Any exciting plans? No. I'm going to be working, making videos. Hopefully watch a couple of movies. Kids will probably want to do something. I think this is the last hurrah for our HOA pool. So we'll probably go to the pool. Cheap hi-fi on the go. Well, I'm assuming you're talking about headphones and stuff. So I use a couple of dongle DACs when I'm on the go. One's a Fozzy Audio, I think. I don't know where it's at. I might have given that one away. I've been using an RU7 from Can. It's a ladder DAC. And then I use whatever headphones I've got laying around. I've been taking, these are pretty good. These Harmonic Dyne. I can't remember what these are. Jeez, these are dirty. The good news is I'm not on the go that often anymore. And then whatever IEMs I have in for review, I take those with me too. There's one called the Olas. They're like $16. They're awesome. So yeah, that's what I use. $20. And thank you so much, Karsten, for the $9.99. You are awesome. Greg Walrath, $20. Just pull the trigger on an Emotiva TA2. Any advice on setting up outdoor speakers? Wired, or do you have thoughts about wireless? It's not anything different. And actually, I'm going to pull up Emotiva because I wanted to talk about them really quickly because they have stocked back up. I keep saying this, and you guys are probably sick of hearing it, but they've stocked back up on some stuff that's on sale, and I'm actually getting ready, I think, today to place an order. How do I do this? Do I do it this way? There we go. All right. So I'm gonna highlight your thing so we can see more of this. So for outdoor speakers, it's pretty much just like anything you would do inside. Now, I think on these, obviously, they've done some work underneath, but I have these exact same speakers, and I have them on my back porch, and I have yet to install them. But I'm just going to run wires. So I'll run wires from that over to my TV, and I'm going to have to build some type of kind of plastic box or something, and it's going to be Class D out there, so I don't really have to worry about heat too much, and I have a small footprint. But I'll run a TV, and I'll probably run either I haven't figured out if I'm running straight from a smart TV into a DAC and then into an amp, or if I have any DAC amps laying around. But that's what I'm going to do. But I'm wiring it, so I'm not doing wireless speakers outdoors. And what I'll do is I'll just have to kind of tuck the wires away or build like a little, I don't know, piece of molding or something, and then put those wires underneath it. I'm going to do a video on that, but anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about their speakers. Am I over here? Here we go. Speakers. Okay, it's hard to work off this. So the ones I'm looking at buying, and the funny thing is, I was actually talking to them today. So your eyes are drawn to the red price, but that's not actually the price. The price is the lower price. So I'm thinking about getting a pair of these upward firing Dolby Atmos, or maybe even two pair of them, because they're $179. They used to be $300. Or I was thinking about getting a pair of these, the A2 pluses, and they're down to $200. Yeah. And I really don't need I need another pair of speakers like I need a hole in the head. But however, like I do need some Atmos, some of these or these. But here's the crazy deal, I think, or the deal of the century, is these T1 pluses for $499. So this is the price. Like you can get a decent pair of bookshelf speakers for around $500 or $400. But these speakers are absolutely bonkers amazing for $499. And if you have some major room, then where are they? T2 pluses. These monstrosities are only $700 a pair. No, it's temporarily unavailable. Never mind. Let me see if the T1 pluses are in. T0. Let me see if these are in. Temporarily. You know what? Maybe I'm lying to everybody about this. Add to cart. I'm adding them to the cart right now. All right. Okay. So I was lying to you about the T1 Plus. Was I lying to you about the T2 Plus? Okay. Sorry. You'll have to go check it out. I don't want to bog everybody down with me shopping on Emotiva's website. The point being is, like, if you haven't picked them up and you're wanting to pick them up, now would be the time to pick them up. All right. Did I miss any super chats? Let's go down. Nope. All right, Greg. Very good. We got Jensen Beach, Florida. Dick Devereaux. Very nice. From the Sticks, the Canada Sticks. That's beautiful up there in the winter. I'll help control at Brian Romska. Brian, you busting out the credit card? 279 people. Please hit the like button, everybody. Please, please, please. Atlanta, Georgia. Very nice. All right. Ecuador. I want to go to Ecuador. I want to retire to Ecuador. I was talking to my wife. I'm like, there's a bunch of places in not a bunch. There's some places in Central America that have like expat retiree communities that makes it really easy for like Canadians or Americans to come down and live there for like $1,200 a month or $1,500 a month. They have internet down there, right? So I'm thinking I could totally do my job down off the beach somewhere in Central America. League City, Texas, drought stricken. We just got some rain here. Ian, hello. Very cool. Have you ever heard a recording that sounded horrible no matter what system you put it on? Yeah, sure. Like the first Ride the Lightning and Kill 'Em All, like the first recording, like the original recordings of those, terrible. Sounded terrible. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I have. Some stuff's just not like punk. Like most punk recording is pretty terrible. I'm sure those Emotiva speakers sound great. I just can't get past the styling. Yeah, I get it. They're not for everybody for sure. They're just the best deal out there for me personally, but I really like clarity on the top end. I love clarity, like real clarity too, not just like bumped treble, but like to hear breath sounds and things like that. Hey, I think we got a super chat. Alan Bush, $5. Are you familiar with the Scarlett Solo audio interface? I've used it as an input, but should I do better for a headphone amp at my desk? Scarlett Solo audio interface. No. Let's open up a browser window. See what that is. Scarlett Fever came on. Scarlett Solo audio interface. All right. And we'll go here. All right. Why is it not so? Okay, so this is the Scarlett Solo. It's not very bright. Oh, I think I got to accept the stupid cookies. I just randomly accept all the cookies all the time. All right. I've never seen this before. It's pretty cool, though. Turn ideas into records. Hook up a guitar and a mic and make the best recordings you ever have. Solo is studio sound made simple. That's probably pretty good. Headphone amp at my desk. I don't know. I've never heard it, Alan, so I couldn't tell you if it sounds great, good, or not. I'm assuming that probably spec wise and measurement wise, it's probably as good as anything else. But sometimes what makes something sound good or not is because it doesn't like measure well, and it's got a little bit of personality on its own. So I couldn't tell you because I don't have it. But I'm sure it's good. You know what you could do is order something and evaluate it, and then if it doesn't sound as good, return it. So if there's something that you have your eye on, get it from someplace like Amazon that's going to have a liberal return policy. Give you some time, and then you do the A/B listening yourself, and you figure out if you like it or if you don't like it. That's personally what I would do. I mean, I've got a lot of experience and I've listened to a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to claim that I know what's best for you or or something like that. So if you've got something, that's great time to buy something else and do your own evaluation. And then knowing's half the battle. James Minotto, $7. Thank you. I don't think I've ever gotten a $7 super chat before. That's very specific, and I like it. Thank you. Which Emotivas do you suggest, B1 or B2? I like them both. I like actually I have the B2s right here, B2 plus right here. However, some people, some of my patrons prefer the B1 plus. B2 plus have, as you would expect, thumpier bass, and they also have a little bit of a warmer mid-range, and some people don't like that. I personally do like the warmer mid-range. I think the B1 pluses have a cleaner mid-range. At this price, though, if they're available and in stock, you can't go wrong with either one of them, though. Saint Anger was recorded inside a paper towel tube. Yeah, not a great recording. Let's see. What was the other one? Death Magnetic. Death Magnetic was also like super compressed. And then Guitar Hero had a version of one of the songs off that record. And the people that were playing in Guitar Hero was like, why does this sound so much better than the other recording? What turned out that the version that Guitar Hero got included was less compressed. And so that was how everybody figured out that like Death Magnetic was the most compressed record of all time as far as like recording goes. It's a funny story. Oh, I just got really hungry. All right. Lots of super chats. Movie Junkie John, thank you so much for the $1.99. James, thank you so much for the $7. Really appreciate it. We have 3 new Mexicans and 1 former on the chat. Very cool. That's a good deal on some mega bass. I would stick with Emotiva. Let's see what they have. I don't like that one. Let's do this one. There we go. Let's go to subwoofer. Sorry. When I'm trying to like do 2 screens, sometimes. All right. I'm going to unhighlight that so we have more room. All right. I had a buddy who I believe just got maybe one of these. Maybe it was a 12S. Anyway, I think this thing's a monstrosity. $900 down to $549. That's crazy because like my go-to RSL subwoofer recommendation, I think for a 12-inch of this size is around $800 or $900. And then I haven't had one of those in here. I've had the SE8 and the SE12. Look at this SE12 $269. That's bananas. SE8 is $190. That's what I would recommend for some bass. Bass. I know Crutchfield's got some sales going on too. I went over there though today, and it wasn't as impressive as I thought it was going to be. It's all right. I'm going to take a drink. I don't want to burp into the microphone. All right. Rigor Mortis. Is that like a play on rigor mortis? Funny. $20. Thank you, Rigo Mortis. Just discovered your channel this month and have been binging your videos. Please take it easy. Do not, I repeat, do not spend too much time watching my videos. You're going to start talking, like slurring your speech, and then your wife or loved one is going to be like, have you had a stroke? And you'd be like, no. Just been watching the Cheap Audio Man for a long time. Any recommendations for entry-level Schiat amp DAC. Are you talking about headphone or are you talking about speaker amp? I mean, headphone is super easy. Like that would be the Magni Modi. Like the definition of budget awesomeness. For speaker amps, it would be probably the G-Horn. I haven't heard the lower priced one. But I don't think like shit can be beat with the Magni Modi. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Ridiculously good. So yes, I hope you're talking about headphones. If not, pop it in the pop it in the comments. $20 though. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, be careful. We have like 800 videos, man. Don't watch them all because you will not feel good. It'd be like going on a bender. I just grabbed a Monoprice sub because it was $70. I had one of those. I think I had a $70 Monoprice sub at work. And it was funny because that thing only went down to like 50 hertz. But it went boom and I had a pair of what was it? Edifier powered bookshelf speakers on my desk. And they went down to like 100 hertz. So it actually sounded good. I dial it in. Sounded good. Rob Hawk, $13.99 Canadian. Beware of ear fungus. It should be. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because I don't think I have them on me. I use these Soundcore wireless earbuds all the time. And I have to go back and like swab them out with like alcohol every now and again. Otherwise, my ears start to itch. Yeah, it was a play on Rigor Mortis. Laugh out loud. I scored a 7 hertz timeless last week. Nice. From Linsell for 169. That is an incredible IEM. Currently on a JDS Labs Element. Very cool. If you've got the budget for it, check out the Arcal 3 Pro from Gishelli Labs. It's got tone controls. And then also check out the J2 from Gishelli Labs. That's my headphone setup. So Arcal 3 Pro with the J2 feeding it. Oh, well, and then a Weem Mini. Not a Weem Mini. Weem Pro feeding that. So Weem Pro optical into the Gishelli Labs J2 and then balanced into the Arcal 3 Pro. And then I listen to it single-ended because Arcal 3 Pro doesn't have a balanced output. Here's a good Rolex or DAC? Well, if you want to buy with your heart, here's the thing. There's no way that you can buy a DAC and use it for 3 or 4 years and then sell that and make a profit. You can, however, do that with a Rolex. You can buy a Rolex, wear it for a while, and then if you want something else, then you can sell it. Actually, probably make money. You probably won't lose any money. Cannot do that with a DAC, unfortunately, unless it's like the best DAC in the world and it's discontinued and everybody wants it. So yeah, I think the better investment would be the Rolex, but you should spend your money on whatever you want to spend it on, and you shouldn't buy it as an investment. I'm just saying. If anything ever happened, you're gonna make your money back on the Rolex. What amp would you recommend for 6-speaker office setup? I'd recommend some Prozac. You don't need six speakers in an office. Just kidding. You can have whatever you want. What amp would you recommend for 6-speaker office setup? Probably a home theater receiver. And then you can just kind of run everything around and mess around with the levels and everything. That's what I probably do. You have 380 people in here? Good gravy. I didn't think I was that popular. Like the live stream, peoples. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, the other option, you're not going to get 6 speakers out of it. You'll get 5, is the Schiit Sin, which is a cool little DAC headphone amp. And you're going to have to get separate power amplifiers. You can get some from Schiit. or you can get stuff like the Fozzy Audio or the BT28, which incidentally is on sale. I think the BT, that's not the one I wanted. Did I close my? No, here it is. Right here. All right, here we go. I was looking at Dolby Atmos speakers. That's why I want to. That's probably just going to get the Emotiva, because look at this. The Sonys are on sale for $123, or you can get the Emotiva for a little bit more, which is actually a two-way. So that's what I would do. Here we go. This is on sale. $90. It's $10 off. So it's 10%. That's not insignificant when you consider it's only $100 to begin with. Anyway, so you could buy 3 of these, and then you would hook that into the Skit Sin. Excuse me. And then you'd have 5 channels. But this thing is really, 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 really fun. So you'd need this. So that's $400, and then you'd need 3 of these. 3 of these. So that would be $270. But you don't have to buy this one. You can buy like the Fozzy Audio TB10D, which is $60 right now. You can buy 2 of those and then 1 of these or whatever. But you get tone controls on these. So it might be worth getting 3 of those. Anyway, that's what I would recommend for a 6-speaker setup. You're not going to get 6 speakers off of the Sin, but you will get 6 speakers if you want to off of a home theater receiver. However, you may not have the real estate for a home theater receiver. Good. Let's see if we missed any super chats. We did. David McLean, $4.99. Thank you. Trying to decide which way to go. Fozzy Audio BT28 or BT20 Pro versus Yamaha RS202. Thoughts? Let's check it out. I don't think I've actually, I know I haven't had the Yamaha 202 in. Although I think I almost bought one of those the other day. Is that like a 2-channel, like $100 stereo receiver? Okay. Okay, so it's 180. If you've got the room for it, I probably would just get the Yamaha. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Fozzy Audio, and frankly, Fozzy may sound even better. But the only worries I have about Fozzy Audio stuff is like longevity and heat dissipation. And that's one thing you wouldn't have to worry about with the Yamaha. So you have bass and treble here. No loudness control. So, yeah. I mean, if you can swing it, I don't want that anymore. There we go. Boop. I mean, it's $20 off. That's like 10% off. I actually have a link to Crutchfield too. So I've links to Crutchfield, Emotiva, and Amazon in the description. If you guys want to buy anything and you want to support the channel and not have to spend like any out of pocket to support the channel, that's a great way to do it. It really helps me out. Affiliate sales are a big part of what keeps this channel going. And it's cool because you, the customer, the consumer, have the choice whether or not to do that. So you don't have to buy everything. Somebody was in the comments the other day, like saying, oh, you have an affiliate link and you're making a review on this. It's a positive review. How's that not a conflict of interest? I said, because you have the choice. Like, you don't have to buy it. And if I was shilling a bunch of stuff that was terrible and then a bunch of people bought it and then they had a terrible experience with it, and why would they come back and watch any more of my videos? They'd be like, you suck. So I do get affiliate sales are a big part of the channel. But I try not to take money on the front end. If I do, I disclose it for sure. But I try to let you make the choice. If you want to buy, you can buy. But anyway, affiliate links in the description. It helps out the channel. So if you're going to do any shopping, if you could use those links, it would be really helpful and help out the channel. All right. Mr. Clean. I am not Mr. Clean. Here, I want to go off of this. Boop. There we go. All right. So yeah, if you can stretch to 350, and sometimes they have a an open box. A AS301 from Yamaha is really good. AS301 Yamaha. And so they have an open box here. Let me go back to this. They have an open box right now, AS301 for $325. And you get a lot more of an amp here. So you have variable loudness, treble. You can hook up 4 speakers to it. It's got some legit like binding posts and stuff on the back. And I know like we keep spending your money here, but that's $325. And this is 60 watts a channel. It's going to blow up any speaker that you could throw at it. You can hook up a Weem straight to this, so you don't even have to like plug in your Weem. So you can hook up a Weem, plug it right into the optical. It's got a very good DAC. Got a decent phono stage in this. I mean, this is an amplifier that can like grow with you and live with you for a while. This could be your last amp. Little bit chintzy on the knobs and stuff, but I would imagine it's going to be built better than the 202. But if you could stretch to this, that's what I would recommend. Otherwise, I'm sure the 202 is good, but I've never heard it. I've never had it in. All right. Thank you, David. All right. Ooh, John Cooper, $5. Can you reVOZ it? The Fozzy Audio V3 with a 48 volt 5 amp power supply adapter that Fozzy now offers. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. So I've got a couple of things going on right now. I've got a speaker review that I'm working on. And I've been messing around with the Emotiva RMC1L. Was on the phone with them for like an hour and a half, did a firmware upgrade. I was running like a firmware version from like 2 updates ago. So anyway, it's like a new machine. It's awesome. It's amazing what firmware can do. And so I've been messing around with that. And then I started messing around with like Dolby stuff. Anyway, yes, absolutely. That is happening. And it's on the list. There's some stuff in front of it though. But that is absolutely coming for sure. Because what the problem is when I get stuff, the problem is I enjoy my job so much because like on one hand, I'm listening to these speakers, and then on the other hand, I'm like playing around with home theater stuff, and I really enjoy home theater. And then I put on like No Time to Die, James Bond, like bullets are flying everywhere, and I'm like just enjoying it. I'm like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be working now. And what happens is I start to enjoy it too much, and then I don't like put up the next thing. So I've been enjoying my job a lot today. So it's been cool. But yeah, it's absolutely coming. For sure. Hi-Fi Man. I like that. $10.39. Oddly specific. And I love that too. Thank you so much. It's weird donation amount day. Thank you, man. Or woman. Hi-Fi Man. Thank you. Very cool. What are your favorite headphones? Very cool. Hey, 7 is valid since it represents lucky number 7. Thank you. Thank you. What happens if someone gives me $13? Is that bad luck? What about 1313? What about 131 $8.30. I picked up the Klipsch R40 SA during Prime Days as my Atmos. Very cool. I've got a pair of vintage, what was it? Vintage realistic speakers as my Atmos upstairs. And they're on top of my entertainment center and then firing up and then coming down. Minimus, that's what they were. The realistic Minimus speakers. I love them so much. Are you going to the SoCal Can Jam? Probably not. I think what I'm doing for the rest of this year is going to be Capital Audio Fest. I'm planning on it. And then there's a show in February, I believe, in Florida. And I'm planning on that one too. And then I think I'm going to have to make a couple other trips that aren't like show related for work. And then, so I don't know. I don't know when. And I think Can Jam's actually coming to Texas too. So I think in November there could be a Can Jam here. I'm not quite sure on that though. And so if there's a Can Jam Texas, then yes, I will be at that one for sure because I don't have to get on a plane to go that one. Minimus 7s. I don't know, Ed. Actually, Steve Zeidman gave them to me. And I'll treasure them forever because I remember as a kid looking at them all the time because I could only afford small speakers and they just looked so cool. Like they look like legit speakers and they are legit speakers for sure. So, I'm not sure the exact model number, and they're upstairs. So, I haven't taken a look at them, but they're the very ubiquitous ones. Stained and Godsmack tomorrow in Austin. Ooh. I'm not the one who's so far away when I feel. That's Godsmack, isn't it? I'm not. I've seen Stained. Stained open for Korn. Wasn't a big fan. Like it just seemed like the guy just didn't want to be there. And he got really political. I have no problem with getting political, but I don't want to hear it, man. Like he just didn't seem like he wanted to be there. Godsmack though. I saw Godsmack open for Metallica. This was in 2003 or 2004, right after Hurricane Ivan. It was also after 9/11, so they actually implemented like security protocols at these events. And I remember like they had no idea how to handle this many people. So there's one like entrance and it took forever to get in because everyone was having to get scanned. And I remember missing the entire Godsmack set. They were one song. I heard one song from them. And then Metallica started. Buff 666. Oh, I like that. You devil. Argument for power filter regen. Your system sounds different at different times of day. Have you noticed this with your system? I haven't, Buff, but I also have little kids here. And so, generally speaking, there's enough stimulation going on all around me at all times that I'm unable to actually like make any type of accurate assessment of what my system sounds like at 10 a.m. versus 10 p.m. So I've heard that though. And I know that a lot of my long-term patrons, like they say like the biggest difference that they've heard is changing things with their power supply. So yeah, like one of the biggest hacks I've heard is to run a direct line from your breaker box to whatever room your stereo is going to be in and then plugging everything into that one line. So you're not sharing the line with anything else. I'm sure that seems absurd to electronics engineers, electrical engineers, but I can just tell you what these people say and I trust them. So yeah. Can Jam Ardmore, Oklahoma? ? Been to Ardmore many times. How do you sounded so weird. How do you handle multi-room, aka Sonos? Have you used anything similar to Hi-Fi Berry Amp 2 with Raspberry Pi? Any speakers to recommend to that amp? Okay, so let's handle the first one. Multi-room, I use the Weem. So Weem Pros, Weem Minis, that's what I do. And actually, I don't even use it for multi-room. I use it to evaluate different systems or different like amps or different speakers, because I can get multiples of those and then I can link them together and then I can run them all at the same time. And I can also have the same DAC. So I just use the internal DAC and but anyway, that's not really your use case scenario. That's just a nice way to ABC components. So that's what I use. Most of the streaming platforms have the ability to play multi-rooms and to link them together or to create different sets, things like that. I know Weem also works with Alexa seamlessly. Okay, Hi-Fi Berry Amp 2 with a Raspberry Pi. I haven't heard that one, unfortunately. Any speakers to recommend to that amp? No. I imagine if it's let's look it up. Hi-Fi Berry Amp. Imagine it's Class D, especially if it's sitting on top of a Raspberry Pi. Hi-Fi Berry Amp 2. Whenever I hear Hi-Fi Berry, I always think of Member Berries from South Park. Here we go. All right, it's $55. High quality, high efficient Class D power amplifier. 60 watt power, 12 to 24 volt power supply. Amp 2 is designed to work with all speakers, 4 to 8 ohms, supports sample rates, 44.1. It's a DAC too. Speaker connection. All right. So I'm not sure like what the amp chipset is on this, but chances are at this price, it's, it's not gonna be awesome, and it's not gonna be terrible either. So what I would recommend is something, well, it depends on how loud you're gonna listen. If you're not gonna listen super loud, then pretty much any speaker. If you're gonna listen louder, you want something with probably an efficiency north 87 dB or higher. But chances are you're probably going to be in a smaller room with that. But I don't know. What's your budget, man? Like, and what size of room are you in? Do you have tone controls too? Because a lot of these amps are a little bit thin. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, if you can pop that info down there, I can make a better recommendation for Bud Light beers. Have you used an RS Audify? Offers Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. I have not. Haven't had one of those. All right, stuff is rolling in. Kenya. Hello. If I recall, it was a commissioned headphone, meaning it's not Emotiva bespoke. Also, the reviews were kind of meh, and the hype has all died off. Yeah, are you talking about the like DR1 or something like that? It was the same headphone as Emotiva was basically this headphone, which is a Sivga. I think it's a 50 millimeter. The thing about the Emotiva one was that it had way deeper and better ear cups. It's a good headphone. I don't think it's as like clean as the Sundara, but for a dynamic driver headphone, it's pretty good. But no, it wasn't like something that. Oh, good gravy! I'm knocking all the headphones off. It was not something that they like started up an entire production line for. So it was. Well, Sivka does the same thing. I mean, most of these headphone companies, it's not like they have their own production facility. So there's places you can go to and just like, hey, I want that type of ear cup. I want that type of headband. I want that type of driver. I want it tuned this way. How much is it going to cost? And they'll be like, it's this much. And then, but if you start to actually want to do bespoke stuff, then things can get much more expensive. Does the Sin have a stereo soundstage expander? Yes, it does. So there's basically just a knob that you can make things wider or narrower. But I think it's got to be playing in like multi-channel mode, because there's a way to basically turn everything off and it just be 2-channel, but you get what you get. But if you turn it back on, then you can start messing with width and things like that. There you go, Larry Gaines. Dedicated line to box and keep connections tight. Oh, look at this. Simon Hackshaw, $5. A quick shout out to you all, and I hope all of your Floridians are okay. Take care, brother. Thank you. Take care to you. And please, all the Florida people, be careful. I went through Hurricane Ivan, and I told myself I will never go through another hurricane again. So it was terrible. There's Ed saying hi to Simon. Hey, one of the coolest speaker hacks. So, shameless plug for my Patreon community. So every Sunday night we do patron only Zooms. Not every Sunday night. We're batting pretty good though. And we were talking about like the best hi-fi hacks, cheapest hi-fi hacks that people have ever done. And one person, and it's so obvious once you hear it out loud, but somebody said you tighten your speakers down in your speaker cabinet, especially if you've had speakers for a long time, 10, 20, 30 years. And you go and you just go around and you don't strip it out, right? But just tighten up your drivers a little bit. And apparently, like if there's, if you can get a quarter turn or even an eighth of an inch or eighth of a turn or something like that, or half a turn, like I guess people were like amazed at how big of a difference it made because their speakers, had loosened up over time. So anyway, there you go. Free hi-fi hack. Tighten your drivers down. I thought it was cool. Makes an expensive power regenerator look. I don't know what that's about. Christopher Gauss. Any thoughts on the SMSL AO200 Mark II? Have you reviewed this? I have not. I have the AO200 Mark I, which is basically kind of a DA9 with a USB port on the back. I haven't heard the Mark II. I have not. I'm curious to try my sound system plugged into an off-the-grid solar generator I built with pure sine wave, rather than the apartment building circuit it's plugged into. Yeah, I know. What's his name? He runs GR Research. What is his name? Anyway, his amplifier runs off of a battery. So, yeah, he runs his amp off a battery. 99. Thank you, Mike. Look at you and your daughter. I had lunch with my daughter at school today. It's so cool to walk in there and see her little face light up. Daddy! And I got McDonald's. And all the other kids are like, and my daughter turns around. She's like, I got McDonald's. Like she was holding up like the severed head of like her enemies and just like showing it to everybody. She's like, I've got McDonald's. All the kids are like, oh, it was so funny. She almost like did a little dance with her McDonald's. Just holding out. Look at this. Sorry. I made myself laugh with that. Anyway. Makes sense. Vibration can loosen stuff up. That's why we used a safety wire. Oh, I remember safety pliers, safety wire pliers in the Navy. Spin it. We were talking about that too. Get the wire, get the pliers on there, and you spin it. Safety wire. Wesley Fletcher, speaking about the Navy, speaking about lockout tagouts, speaking about safety wires. Thanks, Simon. The Hurricanes missed me by about 80 miles, just tropical storm winds and 8 to 10 inches of rain here. Ooh, Wesley, I'm so glad you're doing well, brother. At some point, like, Florida people are so, like, cool because they're like, yeah, we got a hurricane. Yeah, got to rebuild, got to put on a new roof. Like 2 years later, got a hurricane. Yeah, got to rebuild, got to put on a new roof. Like, they're just like so laissez-faire about it. She's 17 now. I miss those days. I've been watching you for a while. Yeah, mine are growing up so fast, Mike. Like so I have a 10-year-old. She goes to middle school now. And I was doing a patron Zoom on Sunday, and she had gone to Barbie with a friend's family. And the friend too. That'd be weird if it was just her and her friend's family. Anyway, so she gets back later and she texts me. She's like, she gets mad because I do these Zooms on Sunday night. And she texts me and she's like, I need you to come up. I can't go to sleep without you. And I'm like, oh. And I was just thought to myself, like, I don't know how many more of these moments I'm going to get with her to where like she wants me to like sit in her room until she falls asleep. So I'm like, I think I'm going to take these because I have older daughters too from when I was in the Navy and they're grown, you know. I'm actually a grandfather because my oldest has a son getting ready to have another kid too. And I'm like, I blinked and like those days were gone. So I'm trying to be like really cognizant of like being here for them and like being where my feet are at different levels in their life and not being like, oh, I got to make a video or I got to do this or I can't do this, because those days are gone. And so I've got a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old. I'm trying to like, I'm trying to like be in the moment and be like, I want to remember this always. So yeah, time flipping flies. Thank you, Mike, very much, man. Man, we're getting some super chats. Carstan, $4.99. Next time, take a McDonald's bag, but fill it with carrot and celery sticks. Ooh, I can talk about that too. So Rune or Volumio? Okay. I like them both. I love Volumio because Volumio is like old school, open source, crowdfunded. We're here for the people. It's great. Okay. It's great. But Rune is pretty buttoned up, man. I mean, Rune is really, really good. I love Volumio, and Volumio has gotten so much better than it was. But if you have a chance to try out Rune for a while, I mean, I think Rune is head and shoulders better than Volumio, but it's a different type of an animal. Volumio, Rune, you're paying for it. Volumio, you can get for free, but even the paid version of Volumio isn't as good as Rune. So yeah. Anyways, someone has mentioned celery and carrots. So I'm trying to take care of myself, like physically. I need to start working out too. And I was trying to think back, like, when did I feel my best? When did I feel the best? And it was when I was living in a different house in the same neighborhood, but a different house. And I was juicing, not like steroids, but like juice, like celery, broccoli, apple, orange, all the juices. So I went out and bought a juicer this weekend and it's been awesome. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. It is, it's like taking vitamins, man, and drinking them and you feel it like instantly. So it's awesome. So I do some kale, celery, which I don't know why I do celery because it kind of takes over the taste and it doesn't really do anything. So anyway, apples, kale, broccoli, a little bit of ginger. in there to spice things up. Anyway, wonderful. Not the blender style. I'm talking like the juicer, the stuff that sucks it out, and then you have a bunch of pulp to pull out. Anyway, how much is Rune exactly? What is it? Okay, so there is a lot of. Actually, I have a couple of videos on this. Rune is a platform that helps you find more music. So it will pull in your title or Qobuz, and then if you have like a CD library on a computer or on a server, it'll pull all that in. And then basically what it does is it's an AI, or it's a machine learning. It's not really AI, it's machine learning. So the more time you spend in it, the better it gets at suggesting different type of music that it thinks you'll enjoy. And then you can really dive deep into, okay, so and so produced this record. I wonder what other records they produced, and you can kind of hop through the things like that. So yeah, that's what Rune is. And it has a ton of DSP. So if you want to do EQs or anything like that on different systems, then you can EQ it through Rune itself, through DSP. It's a rabbit hole. Faux show. All right. Try Audiorvana 637. Ed, I know you talk about it all the time. I need to try it out. I don't know what it is. I think, you know what? I do know what it is. You know what? I have a weird mental block about Audiorvana, however you say it, is because of what was that one amplifier that I hated from Canada? Well, I didn't hate it, but they were Moon by Sim Audio. That's what it is. Because I had a problem with the DAC. I was trying to run Amazon Music into the DAC of the Moon by Sim Audio little integrated amplifier, and I couldn't remember what I was having some issues, and I reached out to Moon by Sim Audio, and I got the most dismissive, kind of snooty email saying that, oh, well, this is a high-end DAC, so you need to be using a better music source or digital front end, and they recommended Audiorvana or something like that, and I was like, nope, I'm done with Moon, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm not doing what you want me to do. So anyway, I think that's why I don't like Audiorvana. And the funny thing is, I've never even tried it, but it's because Moon by Sim Audio, it's just poo-poo heads. Aristidis Geolis, 10 euros. Yes, it's euros. Thank you so much. I'm using a freshly restored Yamaha CA1000. Ooh, very nice. I have a CR 800 paired with a FIO KI5 DAC, Emotiva XS10, and Wharfdale D320s as my first system, worth upgrading to the J2. Opinions and recommendations for speakers. Cheers. I don't think I've ever heard the KA5, but the D320s is probably the weak link in that system, because I'm sure the Yamaha sounds just amazing. I would look at maybe upgrading the speakers, because that's the D320s, I believe, are the entry level Wharfdale. Are they not? So if you upgrade the J2, it's going to be great. You're probably going to hear a difference, but like, you're not going to be able to hear a big difference, because I don't think the Wharfdale D320, there's nothing wrong with those speakers. I like them. They're great speakers. But if you can get something with a little bit more resolution, I think you're probably going to be to hear a pretty big upgrade just by changing the speakers. And then you can start changing things like DACs and stuff later. Recommendation for speakers. Well, I know Emotiva is actually direct in Europe now. So see if you can get a pair of B1 Plus or B2 Plus. You'll hear a lot of clarity. I don't know what their prices are though, but I know they're direct to they have direct European distribution now. All right. Man, we're already at an hour. Good gravy. All right, we'll go a little bit longer today. Processed food. Processed food making your ears ring more. Crazy. I love processed food. I love fast food, but I love, like, I'm not one of those like tree hugging, granola eating, but I am somebody that like respects my own experience, and my own experience was when I was eating or juicing a lot of fruits and vegetables, I felt way better. So that's what I'm doing. But I like the McDonald's too. It's kind of like Rune, but much better sounding. Oh, Ed, have you tried Rune? Same album art and reviews, simple interface, amazing sound. You're burying the better by wiring. By wiring is a waste of time and wire. Ooh, we were talking about that on Sunday night too. By amping and by wiring. Try Wharfdale Diamond 12.2. Are you listening to lately in the way of music, Randy? Anything new that is good? I haven't really been listening for pleasure. It's all been like pretty crazy. As far as like me getting stuff out, so a little bit I mean, it's same old, you know. I've been listening to 72 Seasons, the Metallica on vinyl, the new Metallica record. I bought some Elton John, like just the greatest hits vinyl. I've been listening to that a little bit. So yeah. Will you ever review IEMA T10? Yeah, sure. I don't think I have it here though. But yeah. There you go, Ed. I don't know what flag that is. Anyway, I'll absolutely will review it for sure. I don't have one here though. How are the D320s? I'm using MKAX7 that I bought in 1989 with the Emo A100 Emo 8 sub. 320s are good. I mean, they're just they're not super clean through the bass or mids. They're laid back, a little bit laid back. Take care. Catch you on the flip side. You too, Simon. Ed says I have tried Rune. There you go. I've never heard somebody that actually has gotten super into Rune and then just be like, nope, I'm done. Like most people, the more time they spend with Rune, the more of like a Rune fanatic they become. I have used both, but sometimes I get a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? I don't have a lot of time, so I don't want to mess around with Rune, so I just want to turn it on. Anyway. Those Emotiva speakers are 1980s dope vibes. All right. I think we're going to call it. Went very quickly. So Emotiva still has some if you can find the speaker you're looking for and it's in stock, I wouldn't wait around on it because I keep saying it, but there is going to be some time this year when those speakers are no longer available at all. And then Crutchfield has some sales going on. You may have to dig through them a little bit though, because I don't think they like separated out their sales very well this year. At one point, there was a big Klipsch sale going on. Not the new stuff. Well, the new stuff was a little bit on sale, but the older stuff was. One, two, there. Okay, we're back. I better close this down before it drops again. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I love you so much. Please be safe out there, and have a good rest of the week. Bye. 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 Bye.